You look about dead. It's just me. I came over to smoke a cigarette and give you a couple, put on my other hoodie, and then I'm gonna go pass that outside so you can have the vehicle to yourself. I'm gonna have a tobacco real quick. Actually, I'll turn this off. Alright, so yeah, she's pretty well zoned out. She's been nodding in and out since I ran into her. And she's also, I don't know, I wanted to say she kind of sounded like she's on meth, but she doesn't. She just talks fast. Plus, she's been through a pretty harrowing ordeal with the police herself. A couple of them, actually. I just spoke with a couple of other dudes over there at the Starbucks. I told them, hey, you know, I'm wanting to get your stories. One of the guys spoke up. He said, oh, they're all about the same. Ain't that the truth? Most of us grew up in the system. Most of us aged out. Most of us been abused as fuck. Most of us got family that don't give two shits about us. Me, I'm glad that my dad did something. It only took him 22 years to do that. Well, yeah, 22 years, because when I lived with my dad, he did stuff, you know? He was a fucking cheapskate about all of it. Spent a lot of money on himself on stupid shit. But, I had food. I had a roof over my head. That was nice. I live in a world you guys don't see. And because you see it, it doesn't exist. These people out here puking because they're dope sick. Or, people out here who are sweating like a pig despite the fact that it's raining and cold. It's because they're coming down, they're withdrawing. All of these people could be Natalie. That group of people earlier, I couldn't really stop and show you all their faces. They would have gotten mean and angry and probably assaulted the shit out of me if I'd have done that. But the other thing is, these people aren't as good looking as Natalie. These people aren't young and, well, they have to deal with a lot of the same stuff that Natalie did, which is dudes who just want to fuck her. And, you know, with the women, or with the men in Natalie's life, and the men in Alicia's life, I understand why they'd make that shitty goddamn assumption. But at the same time, they made a big fucking mistake by going after me instead of going after the people who actually did it. I'm never going to stop speaking out, no matter what. There will never be a day that I don't speak Alicia's name with disdain and disgust. She was my friend. Natalie was my friend. And the things that those people did, and their friends did, because they wanted to play victim. Yeah, go fuck yourself. Tim Beeson was a stroke of good luck when he decided he was going to threaten me. Why? Because I couldn't prove any of the shit before that. I couldn't get cops to take a report. I couldn't get cops to fucking care. And when people hit you in person and you don't have your video camera out, you ain't got shit to show. But Tim Beeson did the same thing these other people were doing. calling me a rapist, calling me a chimo, calling me a meth head, threatening my life, threatening my friends' lives, my family's life. Tim Beeson did this well before Natalie was killed. Well before Natalie was killed. Now that young woman in my vehicle, I want to go over there and have a cigarette and put on my other hoodie, because it's not chilly, but when you sleep on the ground outside, over time it does become that. I mean, it could be 60 degrees out and you feel comfortable with just a t-shirt on. But the moment you lay down on the ground and go to sleep, you start waking up a lot because your limbs are cold. Having cold limbs in the summer is a lot different than laying down on the cement in the winter. You know, during the summer, it don't matter. I can sleep over in those bushes right now, and I'd still have to deal with the cold. It's warmer. I mean, there's rocks there. I guess it's not going to show it. But there's rocks over here, and if I slept on the rocks, I'd be real cold. But also, there's this ground up cedar. If I sleep on that, I'll wake up itchy, but I won't be as cold. Having cold limbs during the summertime will wake you up. But getting cold during the wintertime will put you to sleep. And when it puts you to sleep, it fucking kills you. Cement, it can suck the life out of you no matter what time of year it is. Cement just sucks the body heat out of you. You can die of hypothermia in the middle of the summer for sleeping on cement without something between your body and the cement. Even a pair of jeans and a t-shirt is not enough. Sometimes a sweater isn't enough. During the winter, I usually wear 3 to 4 pairs of pants. While you guys are cold and complaining that you had to go out into the cold between your front door and the door to your vehicle, and you're all bundled up like a Christmas story, and you complain about it's cold. Most of my jobs I worked out in the cold. And then after I was done working out in the cold, I slept out in the cold. While you guys complain about your 35 seconds between the front door and the door of your vehicle. I really want to go have a cigarette right now instead of ramble at the phone. I really wish that all of my money didn't go to paying the people who are predatory. At the same time, that woman in my car being someone who is predatory towards me and stole my vehicle, at least that was money well spent. Unlike the money that I spent going to court date after court date after court date for continuance after continuance after continuance, eating up every penny that I had, eating up all of my disability money. There were no consequences for Ken and Leah stealing from me. They got to keep that money, so I paid them. I paid them to rip me off. I paid them to make me homeless. I paid the jailers my booking fees. Here's $35 for every time I went to Boulder County Jail. Thank you for assaulting me, officers. Alicia Bollinger's going to hell. She's going to be there with her dad. She's going to be there with her mother and Derek Apodaca. She's going to be there with Shelley Campbell. She's going to be there with Danica Garner. She's going to be there with Kara Johnson Miles. But she's not going to be there with me. See, they believe in heaven, they believe in hell, but only on the weekends. I do this every fucking day. Not just talking about the Jesus, but doing the things that Jesus said to do. Jesus did give instructions other than what you guys fucking want to pretend. The whole New Testament is an instructional book on how not to be an asshole to people. Meanwhile, the biggest assholes I know are all Christians.